Yeah, I figured out that's probably not the way they've been coming in. Second floor addition means building out the first floor and the second floor. So we have a floor system over the existing ceiling joists, which means they are disconnected and separated so that we don't damage the sheetrock in the ceiling below. So we got all that framed up, build the walls, get the roof dried in when weather's good. Had to waterproof several different methods in the meantime. We got a little drizzle here and there, but we were able to keep it all completely dry. It's not an easy thing to do. It can be a real challenge when weather's intermittent like it has been lately. Safety is a big concern, and we're still trying to not inconvenience the client. Obviously, we're not destroying their ceiling, but as you also can see, we're coming in from the outside with a whole scaffold system so that we can do the majority of the work without being in their home. People are very happy, and I don't think they'd be as happy if we were coming in their home for the last 2 months. This has been going on, I guess, about 6 weeks total from the day we set up the scaffolds. And we've already got the second floor framed in. Everything's good to go. You can see the beautiful framing work that our in-house crews do. They just do really, really nice work. And we've got little safety rails on there to keep people from falling through. If you just lose track of you and you're working hard, you might step through a window. The windows are actually delivered at the office today, so we'll be delivering those and installing those Monday. Little chase for the ducts that was built out in this. There was really no way to avoid this without getting into a major expense. So we'll be handling it with a ducting system. This is being rerouted, and we'll have make this decorative inside. But it was a fairly simple, inexpensive room addition, and it added a whole nother bedroom to an area that was just attic before. Now there was a roof about this high on it. Of course, we had to go up with a much taller roof. People would have liked to have gotten a room in the roof. Maybe it was so high, and you think that's a lot of room, but it's not big enough to do what we're doing here. So we have to cut all that roof out. Have to go above the ceiling area. And if you look here, you can see where this ended before. This is where it all ended before, right on that red line. And this is where the wall was. This was the edge of the house, and the second floor stopped up there. You can see the old rafters line tying into the new joist hangers. You see the double joist hangers at every new joist, and that's tying in the old roof system to the new large beam that expands the entire direction. You can see the metal strap that connects the old and the new. That's how you meet code, and that's how you keep things from pulling apart. So those straps, then you have nail plates. Anytime you get a wiring system too close to the edge, and sometimes it's the best thing to do, is just to go ahead and cut it right on the edge. If it's going to be shallow like this, very thin wires, you go ahead and cut them right on the edge. But then you use a protector plate like this so that when you're nailing drywall, or later on you want to hang a picture or something, you'll never hit these wires. Obviously, things are in the middle of the walls. Those don't have to be protected because things move around. But when you're in this tight confined area, you want to make sure you're not hitting a stud. Now, almost always, it's when you hang something on a wall, you want to make sure you're hitting a stud. And if you're hitting a stud when you hang something on the wall, you should always feel safe that anything that can be exposed is covered by nail plates, and that's what you have here. Even if it's close, we're going to put a nail plate on it. Now, we didn't actually cut this out on this side, but you can see that a nail could penetrate in the middle of this, and this is a power line, so we don't want to damage that. That's a heavy-duty gauge wiring component, and we want to make sure we avoid that. So anything, and even up above, you see the nail plates. Another beam, what you're seeing in this ceiling is a pop-up ceiling. So it comes down about 2 feet in, and then it pops up another 8 inches to give a nice effect in there. That's usually priced as an option if you want to do something like that. It is a little more work because you have to put 4 sets of beams in here. And what a beautiful look it will be. A 2x6 header would not be sufficient, so we have 2x8 headers in this area. And you can see that we nail studs, we place our studs at least 16 inches on center, and that gives you plenty of strength in the walls, but it also does something else which makes the walls a lot straighter for drywall. When you have studs spaced out further than that, it will meet building codes. A lot of people don't know that, but it will meet many of the codes on the upper floors. Not on the lower floors, but it would on the upper floors. But the thing is your walls tend to be a lot more crooked, and you get more variation in the walls with your drywall. That's not a good thing. So we certainly don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we get nice straight walls and give you plenty of room to hang things and support things on as well. So there's a bonus there for that. That's a very solid bar, adjustable bar, and it's really what should be used. Some people use much lighter equipment, but when you see what's up there, you see how necessary it is, how strong it is, and that's really what we want for ceiling fans. No chance of it ever coming down. Just little details like that is what you get, what you pay for, and that's what you should be getting when you do any type of electrical work to your home. All the corner plates are strapped together because they're a little bit weaker type of joint naturally in the framing process. Even though the plates are overlapping, the top plate and the bottom plate, the top plate and the double plate, I should say, then you see that we add these straps in the corners. That gives extra rigidity, less pulling apart. When you have a hip roof like this, it tends to want to push things apart. The weight of the roof wants to pull things apart. This adds to that and ensures that no movement has occurred after we start our framing. Before we put sheetrock, everything stays really nice and straight and plumb and true. Here you're seeing something similar to other projects where we have an access point into the home. Now this was an existing access point, and it can be used for the homeowner to get in here and access it. Now today we dropped the drywall in here, and that's not going to be a problem. If they want to get in, they can still get in, but we are allowing the client to access through this door. And we don't go in through that door, we come in through the outside. Until the very end of the project, we'll be getting in here to do the last finish work. But in the meantime, it's only for their use, and they lock us out every day. And that's just the way we want it. Yeah, I figured out that's probably not the way they've been coming in. Let me go to the way they have been coming. This is how they've been coming in. That's what I should have done. But oh well, it just puts to good use my old framing skills. I still got the balance. Nothing to worry about here. Let's close that up. There, we're good.